Today we're finally getting the second floor concrete poured. We've been sitting and waiting due to weather, holidays, etc. We got the same crew that did our slab on the first floor. The work they did on that job was fantastic, so I wanted to have them back to do this one. And we're getting ready to start putting concrete down and making it flat. If you're curious about why this deck metal is two different colors, I explained that in the previous video and showed how we went about fixing the problem we had. But the gist of it is that that metal was not galvanized and had rust on it that we needed to deal with. The method they're using to get this concrete flat is a little different than what they did on the first floor. On the first floor they had a grade provided by the form that went all the way around where they were pouring the slab, and they put a couple of grade pins out in the middle where their screed could reach the pin and go all the way to the edge, and they made a small wet pad around those pins and then screeded the concrete to it. In this situation, the block is sticking up above final grade, and so what they're using is what's called a wet pad. They came in the day before and we set grade pins based off of the elevation of the steel that wraps around the inside of the stairwells, and place those grade pins all the way around the perimeter at various locations. And they're making a wet pad using those grade pins, and you'll see them once they get a couple of wet pads set up, then screed between those. My expectation for this was not that it was going to be as flat as the first floor, because it's a lot more difficult situation, but that it was going to be as flat as possible. And given the circumstances, these guys did a really good job getting this second floor pretty dang flat.
doing some ninja moves up here. Yeah. Looks like you need to go down over there, Steve, don't it? Pull some mud over for Steve. He's got a lot of mud. Set her down, Steve. Whoa. Slide my way when you get a chance. All right.
Since the power trowels these guys are going to use on that second floor weigh between 250 and about 325 pounds, my dad and I are setting up this crane. We're going to use it to lift their equipment up onto the second floor and then get it back down, because it would be pretty dang hard for them to fight those things up the stairs and back down. Make you famous.
Huh? I'll be you. I like that thing, Wayne. This machine? I like it. The handle are too fucking wide. You need to cut the ends of them off and slide the rubbers in.
Early on, when they're power troweling this surface, you'll notice it looks pretty rough, and that it looks like there's balls of trash or dirt or something on the surface. And the reason it looks like that is because we went ahead and added fiber reinforcement to this in addition to the wire and rebar. And as they start troweling it, it'll kind of wad that stuff up and move it around. But as the process continues, you'll see it gets smoother and smoother, and all that stuff gets worked back into the concrete. But it looks pretty ugly in the beginning. So this is what this floor looks like after the pour. We put down this plastic because we didn't know how much concrete was going to leak, and we didn't want to clean it up, try to scrape it off of the concrete if we did have leaks, and we really didn't have any leaks at all. It leaked where the pan decking for the speed floor overlaps this beam, but because we did all of the foaming, you know, it sealed it up really good. That was not a step that was recommended by the manufacturer. It's something that we just looked at, and after talking to a couple of folks, decided to do. And the thing is that, you know, if we don't like the aesthetics of it, it should be hidden between the upstairs floor and the ceiling, so you shouldn't see it. But if we decide we don't like it, we can just easily scrape it off. That stuff comes off really easy. And the additional bracing was, again, something not recommended by the manufacturer, but we did it because our concrete guys were not familiar with this system and were uncomfortable without some additional bracing. And the foreman for the crew that put up the block asked me if I was going to put up bracing in such a way that led me to believe it would probably be a good idea. And the thing is that these joists, based on load tables, should support 200 pounds to the square foot. The concrete that we put on it weighs 45 pounds to the square foot. A vertical 2x4 supports about 1,000 pounds before it deflects and can break. So I think we were well within the window for a safety margin.
All right, folks, I think that's going to wrap this video up for today. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a good day.